What'd you make of the road trip for the Mariners?
Overall, it was a dud. It was not a good road trip at all. Really happy they were able to pull out that last game because the idea of coming home with a day off, having to stew on being swept by the Toronto Blue Jays and just the road trip as a whole being as bad as it was would have been a lot. So at least they get to go into the off day with some positive feelings. The offense came to life late, but came to life. You had a brilliant pitching performance out of Logan Gilbert and Stanek and Munoz, so they were able to keep that one run, make it hold up, hold them to one run. So, yeah, overall the road trip was bad. There's no two ways around it, but the way it ended, I think, could potentially, hopefully, be a catalyst to them relaxing, finding some sort of rhythm.
Would you make any changes to the lineup?
Yeah, I don't know what they, I was asking that question earlier, there are a lot of people that are mad at Scott Service. He's terrible. And I'm thinking, okay, he can't hit and he can't pitch for these guys. These are grown men. These aren't kids. There's some young men in there, but even Julio, he's in his third season. What is he going to say? Should he yell at them? Should he take them all behind closed doors and scream at them? Is it Brant Brown and Jarrett DeHart? Are they the problem? The defense has been bad. We love Perry Hill. Is he a problem all of a sudden? Perry Hill's a problem. Pete Woodworth, is he a problem? The pitching hasn't been great. It's been kind of a collective fail, and I don't really know what Service can do. We've seen him shuffle the lineup. We haven't seen, Julio and JP really messed with, but pretty much everybody after that. He brought Polanco down to fifth. He brought Ty France up into the three-hole. You've seen others just throughout being shifted around. It's not like you have a superstar sitting on the bench that he's refusing to play. I feel like he's pushing all the buttons, trying to put people in positions to succeed. At some point, you can be mad at Service and mad at Jerry for the team they put on the field, but it's incumbent upon these players to live up to the back of their baseball card. Their career numbers tell you they are better than what they are putting out there by a long shot, and they just haven't done it. Why that is, I have no idea.
What's been the most positive part of the start for the Mariners?
I would say Ty France. We talked a bit about it a bit last week, and he had a down year. He was not good last year, and there were a lot of people that wrote him off and said, "Hey, they got to address first base. You can't have this guy there. He's an automatic out. He's got no speed." Well, he had a 7-game hitting streak, came to an end. Then he came up with a couple of hits in the finale in Toronto. He's using the whole field. He's the one guy who looks really comfortable up there, and he looks like the Ty France that everybody loved before. He hasn't shown that pop yet, and he's not a guy that you're counting on 30 home runs from, but he's a guy that can keep that defense honest. They have to play him straight up because he's not a pull hitter. He can use the entire field. So to me, he offensively, in an offense that has been frankly pretty dreadful, he's been the biggest positive.
What do you need to see in the upcoming homestand?
I got to see Julio. Julio's got to find it, man. We talked about this as well. He's young, and you tend to cut young players slack, but he's in his third year. He's being paid like a superstar. He's got to play like it. I mean, even in this game, it was great. The offense puts up 6 runs. They win. He had a base hit, but he also struck out 4 times. The team struck out 15 times in this game. That was the goal in the offseason, was to eliminate the strikeouts. So they send Teoscar, or they don't bring him back. They send Gino off. They send Kelnick off. All the swing and miss. You felt like, okay, you eliminated a lot of it. You still have a bunch. This team strikes out way too much, and Julio's got to be the leader that he's being paid to be, and he's got to find it. How he does it, I don't know. I don't know if this is a mechanical thing. I don't know if he needs to get together with Brant Brown and Jarrett DeHart and break down film and see what he's doing wrong. Maybe he's pressing because he knows he's starting out so slowly, but I think he's a catalyst. I think he's a huge catalyst for this offense. So I need to see Julio just find some rhythm at the plate.